What's up, guys? So today this is going to be my pro Sova arrow guide for Ascent. A lot of people been asking for my arrows. They say I have very nerdy arrows. So here's going to be me showcasing some of them for you. This first arrow is going to be for back middle, or where operas usually sit. Full charge. Second one, lining it up with my shock dart pointer, and I'll leave
right here
like marks in the video for you so you can see it a little easier. I'm just gonna try to breeze through this a little bit, so you can see it just pretty much instantly kills anyone sitting back there trying to control middle with an op or so. Second arrow is gonna be for same place, just shorter. So if they're constantly rushing and piling up together, you see how it lands much shorter than all the way in the back. Sometimes I throw this out just right off the bat to kind of slow them down from instantly taking catwalk, which kind of helps to alleviate the pressure from middle a little bit. I'm not a solo player that plays middle. I play cat. This arrow is going to be for tiles. I know there are other variations of it and stuff. This is how I do it. So I'm just showing you where my arrows land. So I start off with a recon arrow first, so you can see the border in the video. See how I line it up with a recon arrow, and then I switch it to a shock dart. And this is basically me showing half charge, so that you could combine it with 2 charges and half charges, and it lands instantly and nukes anybody in. So here we go. I'm about to do it. See, I have a recon arrow, now I switch to my shock dart. Shot it. That was 2 charges. This is half charge. It's gonna land and explode and kill anybody instantly. Nuke it. And that's usually these aren't all my arrows, but like I said, I play cat, so a lot of the stuff around is for me. From my Sova, usually to play cat and support A. So here's one of the most my favorite or important arrows.
Revealing area.
It's for A main. Very easy, very simple, which is why it's so efficient. Lands exactly where this orb's at. Just nukes everybody. I usually get like 200, 250 damage. You can get easily just with this one shock dart. You can nuke an entire team if they push A. It's only one dart, so you can see how I'm lining it up.
Revealing area.
With the charge bar, and I'm just showing you that what happens if the guy tries to get the orb. Now this is what if you want to try to nuke somebody, where you combine the shock darts. So this is gonna be 2 charges, 2 bars. You can see I lined up that white line with the like border frame. See where it lands? So again, same spot. And man, if you end up catching somebody with this, this is one of those videos where you could like ace somebody just off the shock dart. Entire team rushes in. So here's me combining them. Very easy, very simple. That's where I like my arrows to be. Boom, gone. And I try to keep all my arrows from very, very similar spots so that I'm not running around everywhere, so I can get
revealing area.
So you want to favor just a little bit of the left side instead of just being in the middle of that bar.
Shock dart.
So I'm showing you basically if I want to combine it, and I shoot one arrow here. Alright, my shock dart followed by a recon to see if I hit anyone, if there's people there. If I reveal them, then I'll shoot the one from basically garden here that bounced off. This is going to be arrows for
revealing area
and middle. So this is a recon dart for middle. You can see if anybody's walking up cat or not, if anyone's tiles, if anyone's hiding back stairs. It's very simple. And there's going to be another variation of it, right? So you can add a bounce to it, so that
revealing area
just sitting on it every round, right? And just have the crosshair placed exactly where it lands. You don't ever want to throw your arrows constantly in the same place. So this one's gonna bounce up. It's gonna land on top, and it reveals even more now because it can reveal the archway of people walking up middle. Much easier. You see it all the way up here. You get revealed easily. Your feed get pinged as well. You get tons of pings with this. And it also helps because the enemies have to look away from you. So now I'm going to do shock darts for tiles from garden. I don't think I've seen any videos. These arrows are 100% mine right here. That you've been seeing for A main and tiles and I specifically made these, so if you see them in the channel, it's from me. Very simple, very easy. So you can see that I'm lining it up with that little discoloration in the leaf, like a dot. I play on all low settings, by the way. And this is me combining the shock darts together, so you can nuke anybody sitting tiles. And you're doing it from a very safe spot. You're not in danger. So I'm showing you how I'm lining it up. See with the bottom of my crosshair, and there's this like
revealing area.
Bottom of my crosshair is just pretty much just to the left of it. So here's a single arrow where it would land. It just lands right here. It's pretty much almost center tiles. I mean, obviously you can tweak it how you like it, and I'm just doing a quick guide.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
And one more time. You know, people will instantly die in tiles if they sit there. So you're making it very uncomfortable for people to hold similar, very comfortable spots on the other side.
Revealing area.
So here's an arrow for B main. If they try to do a B push, 2 bounces. It's gonna bounce off the roof on the right, and it'll just land in the middle, just like that. These aren't all my arrows. I'm just showing you guys a couple, just to see if you guys like them. If you want to see more, I'll have to make more videos for that. But this is just a couple of my arrows, not a lot. There's one more arrow for back mid. It'll land on top of the cooler. Basically, you want to make sure that you don't go below that line that I just shot. It's like that brick, so it'll land on top there. You can see very easy, very simple, but it's pretty nice. You'll probably get 1 to 2 pings if I shoot this whenever I don't know where somebody is at, if they're pushing cat or not, or if they're middle. Like when it gets quiet for like 15 seconds, you don't know when someone's at. You want to shoot something arrow-wise and get some info. I usually do that. Here's a retake arrow for B.
Revealing area.
Very simple. Line up your one of your bounce bars. 2 charges. It'll land beautifully. Pretty much in the middle. It'll clear the corners. It'll ping. Pretty much anyone that's trying to push in. It'll help your B players if they're still alive. And then since you are playing cat, right? Like it doesn't take too long to get here. Like you can make it in time before they get to the bomb. So here are the shock darts for killing the bomb planter B. Line it up with the bar. This is going to be with your recon drone.
Shock dart.
Just like that.
Revealing
full power.
area.
So I'm showing now a recon of where it's going to land. Shock dart followed by recon. This is just specific for you guys so you can see. So you can see it lands perfect. Like you can't get it any more perfect than that. Literally exactly how you want it, how it should be. There's no surviving that. That's full damage from the shock dart. So you can see now I'm doing the version for you to chain the shock darts. So there's like a discoloration in the brick, but and I just move just a little bit up from it, pretty much in the middle of the brown reddish area. And you can pause the video so you can see exactly where I'm lining it up. So you can see same spot and full damage. He's gonna get nuked, and I'll show you what happens when you chain them and you time them together. Right? So there you go.
Shock dart.
This is gonna be full power.
Shock dart.
And this, see how I'm aiming it just a little bit of like in the middle of that red brick above the white discoloration. And there you go. Boom. Perfect chain. Destruction. Pause the video. See the timings. this is gonna be I call this like a distraction arrow. See the again with your recon drone, and that part of the brick that I shot.
Revealing area.
See 2 bounces and 2 charges. So here you go. It's like a distraction arrow, and you'll see why. So anybody on site, they'll see it, they'll hear it, right? But now they have to sit there and wait for all those bounces, see where it lands. It lands right there, right? So it'll ping anybody that's not hiding, you know, pretty much underneath the bomb, which is the common spots. But it's also really good because the enemy's forced to look away from where you're going to enter if they want to shoot that arrow, right? Like they have to literally look at a wall, which is why it's really, really good. So here's me basically now on attack. And again, I'm working cat because I like to work it on offense and defense, right? You just want to be familiar with your area. You don't want to constantly play different areas and then say, you know what, like I'm not sure what I'm doing in middle with this character, things like that. So I usually tend to stick with what I do on offense, I'll do on defense for most efficiency. You can see that I'm punishing the guy that would peek tiles in cat. That's 1 shock dart arrow, right? Which is, you know, I don't usually waste all my shock darts instantly. I want to be very efficient with them.
Revealing area.
Now I'm showing you, you know, you saw the shock dart, and I usually follow it up with a recon because people will either not hear it properly or not see it. So here's the bounce. See how you can bounce it and it goes into the archway, clears out that corner. Sometimes people play, clears up pretty much the entire garden area. So it's very, very good. Honestly, this is 100% my arrows. I created these and didn't look at any other YouTube guides. So anybody else that sees and has these arrows are gonna be from me. Been using these for a while now in ranked. So like I said, just decided to make a video on since people have been asking about it. So I'm lining up. So this is gonna be landing back, even further back garden. So in the pretty much the 2nd level. So you see the first one, if it hits you, you're usually gonna back up. If you're the cat player, you're gonna play a little bit further back, and it's gonna land pretty much again on the other further back archway, and it's gonna do a lot of damage. It's gonna make it very uncomfortable for that player to be efficient, right? Because he's constantly having to look up and listen for your arrows rather than trying to, you know, actually perform well in cat and kill your teammates. This is going to be a recon if you want to go all the way inside garden, right? And it lands right there, pings everything. So you just wanna, you know, you wanna have same spot, but different arrows for the enemy team to look at. So they're constantly, you know, getting peppered and they're confused and they're looking everywhere and they're looking at things that they shouldn't be looking at. It's just one more time. This time is with the bounce. So you'll see, like I said, you know, you always want to have different variations so they're not just stuck looking like, so they know exactly where it's gonna land. This way, you know, they'll miss shooting the arrow and you'll get pings. So you can see it revealed, even in that little cubby you'll get revealed if he's peeking. Now, it's gonna be at the door, middle of the doorway. Again, very similar spot, right? You're gonna use your Sova glove on his finger. See, like that brown Sova.
Revealing area.
And, his right hand. Full charge. And it's just gonna clear. This is a recon dart, but obviously, you know, with the shock dart, it's the same thing. So it usually clears this corner. You know, if somebody wants to sit here, I'll throw in one dart. You know, so he gets hit for full damage. Piss around, that's basically a kill, right? He's hit for 90, no armor. So he's 1 hit, and he's got to ask for a heal.
Revealing area.
So here we go again. Just showing you that it's very consistent. There's room for error. Boom. I just lined it up a little bit higher than the previous shot. That's all. And it lands perfectly on there.
Revealing
I'm going to
area.
show you the how to chain variations if you want to nuke, basically, where you chain your shock darts and instantly kill. So you can see same exact landing spot, just instead of a full charge, it's 2 charges. So creates chain link, able to nuke someone. So very, very simple, very effective.
Revealing area.
There you go. Here's lining it up with the finger. That's full charge.
Revealing area.
Now I'm lining it up next to that white dot on one of my white charge bars, and you'll see how effective it is. Anybody in this corner is dead. 0 chance to survive. Doesn't matter what HP you have.
Revealing area.
This is a simple arrow that I sometimes use. I don't use it often. It's just for archway, depending on like how aggressive the player is. So you can see where it lands. You know, if somebody's trying to peek, you throw one, and you could kind of just be like, yo, shouldn't peek that too often for the enemy team, right? Because they're just going to be getting hit. So you're just making the enemy team think about what you're doing with your arrows. Here's one of my favorite. I think this is one of the best arrows you can have. You just line it up. It's a very easy lineup. Have charge. Look at that. Reveals pretty much 99% of the bomb site. You know, minus like one side of hell and the E-box. Reveals almost everything else in the site. It's very easy. And it forces the enemy team to look like onto the roof, into the sky, away from all the choke points, right? It's like away from A main, so he's got to choose. He's looking away from the entry points of your team and not shooting you, but shooting the dart, or he's holding you but getting pinged. So this is one of the harder arrows to hit. You'll so
revealing area
mid archway. So here we go. This is the first one, full charge. Just gonna land in this little archway where people usually snipe at. So you can see, the guy has to extend himself to actually see anything. And that lands perfectly on him if he's to be in the archway. I'm lining myself with that blue dot in the middle of the brick, basically. I'm lining up my armor diamond or whatever it is, with that corner that I'm shooting out of a brick, just above the window, area, but inside the, I guess like the border frame of the church. So you have to jump to do this arrow. If you do not jump, it will clip the cactus. So this arrow right there, specifically that second variation, is pretty hard. It'll take some practice before you get used to it. Moving on to B. When you do throw in your B pushes, this is gonna like land on the roof, and you'll see what I mean. I'm lining it up with that thing that's, I don't know what you call it, just like an edge, and it's my armor, right? You need armor for this, for these arrows.
Revealing area.
See how I line it up? The 5 is perfectly cut off with that black part of the texture. So one bounce is gonna bounce, and people think sometimes, oh, he missed his arrows, things like that, Sometimes they don't even shoot it, but it reveals everything I need it to reveal. And again, like they're forced to aim just at awkward angles and not at, the archway where your team would be coming out. This is going to be an arrow for back B.
Shock dart.
So, when people tend to call B pushes pretty early. It's pretty obvious, when they happen. So this is I'm going to show you, for when the enemy team starts rotating. See? Just perfectly lands in the middle. And you can easily chain and nuke multiple people, actually. I've gotten multiple kills with this. So here you go. You line up your power bar next to that church. You just go straight down, and it's in between your drone and the white arrow. And here we go. Easy. So anybody sitting back here trying to hold you at B halls, B main, will get it instantly destroyed, nuke. And this is where I like to play, like when we're pushing B, especially post.
Revealing area.
I'm lining it up just to the right of the vent. No charge, just instant click. So if somebody's trying to defuse default, right? Your team playing a default and the enemy team is trying to defuse. You can still hold the enemy team from coming into the bomb site, but you could still, if one guy did sneak in there and you won, the 1v1 with your teammate and he's defusing the bomb, one bounce, instant click, very easy, dead, and you can still sit there and hold B main. So this is it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, and if this video gets 100 likes, I'll make more guides, more videos, because I have a ton of them. So thank you.